Hi angels, welcome to my channel. Trigger warning: before you go and pick your decks, before you start this video, please listen to what I have to say. This video we are doing a pick a card regarding parasites, what is draining your energy, but we will be looking at the darker aspects of your heart. This is the deep stuff, the shadow stuff. This can be very triggering. If you are not in a great mental space, this can be really hard to hear. Now, my channel is all about healing. It's all about bringing you to a place of completion, uplifting you, right? Whether that's dark energy, whether that's light energy. This channel is neither or. For me personally, my healing is done right now around Lady Lilith. For you, this may be around your angels, your ancestors, spirit guides. It doesn't matter. They are all working with you, right? But this is really going to trigger a lot of the emotional stuff that we have not been seeing for a while. We are in Libra season. This is resurrection of our heart. In order to find balance in our life, in order to really get the justice that we deserve, we need to look at where we are doing injustice to ourselves. So please keep that in mind. Now, I am going to add a section where we talk about shadow work, some tips and tricks for right now dealing with your healing, and then we're going to get into the decks, okay? So firstly, shadow work, some tips I have for you. Any notebook, any journal, it doesn't have to be a specific shadow work journal. It does not have to have all these prompts. Simplest way, the cheapest way as well, right? Because we always spend money on things that we don't need when we have all the tools we need. A plain notebook, it doesn't matter if it's used, whatever, but this is going to be acting as your diary. You don't need to add anything. I personally always add the date, right? So I have something to look back to, a title, so a key topic of what you're really working through. And I like to add myself a question, right? Why are things restricting me? How am I feeling today? What is causing me pain? How do I feel about this person? It doesn't matter what your question is, but write a question and work through your emotions. Shadow work is really just looking within, looking at the things that we keep hidden. It is all the pain that we keep trapped inside of us, because essentially we want to grow. We want to grow into better people. We want to really transform ourselves, our lives. Whatever your story is, whatever your challenge is, that is what shadow work is, okay? It's looking at the deepest and darkest part of ourselves so we can transmute it and we can move forwards, we can find healing, right? Now, work with colour. Pay attention to the colours you are attracted to. For me right now, it's the colour black today, right? But sometimes you guys may want more compassion, you may want more pinks. You may want more intuition, more purples. If you're working with your divine feminine, purples, blues to bring out a sense of clarity, healing. It will help you in whatever emotional state you are going through, whether it be to protect you, purify you, work with the colours around you. Now, as I, in the last 24 hours, was going through this, firstly, I want to say, when I was doing my shadow work today, I used a piece of selenite, not only to cleanse out the emotional pain, but I held onto this as I was writing, and it really helped me clear my thoughts so I could see the clarity, see what was stopping me or what was really blocked and struggling to come out of me. But when there were tears, when there was pain, I really just went into my chakras and cleansed myself out, right? With the intention. So get yourself a piece of selenite. Now, if it's not selenite, tourmaline. Tourmaline is great because it really transmutes that negative energy. Obsidian, whatever you choose to work with, right? Use your stones to help you. And I also just want to say, like, take your time. Take your time with healing. You may have this energy where you feel like everything is coming crashing down, you're not really sure where you're moving forwards, right? But I want you to know that you will move forwards. Take your time, breathe deeply, affirmations, uplift yourself. Recently, what's been working for me, not only with the selenite, but transmuting the energy, transmuting what I don't want to feel, right? And that's not even just suppressing my emotions, it's validating and feeling my emotions. But if I feel a wave of negative energy, transmute. Okay, I don't want to see your negativity, you know, even just putting that protective barrier. The angels have been really helpful at the moment as well. Okay, so we are going to move into the decks. Hello, sorry I had to open a window. So we are moving straight into the decks. Right now is a time of compassion. So you are working through your heart. Compassion and love for yourself is really what's healing. Love is the message at the moment. I heard someone else say to me recently, anything can be healed with love. And it's true, right? But compassion for ourselves, most importantly, as we are healing, as we are facing these truths, and for people around you. Please work with candles at the moment. Candle magic to light in honor of people, right? So these are the 3 decks that we're going to do today. So for pile 1, the Intuitive and Night Goddess Tarot. The middle tarot deck, the Sufi Tarot, and then the Angel Tarot deck is the 3rd one. Influence of the Angel, shall I say, right? So take your time to pick a deck, whatever deck is calling to you. This is going to be a longer video, my loves, as well, so please brace yourselves. We have also got pre-picked oracle cards, okay? I love you. Thank you. Let's get started. Okay, pile 1. Let's go ahead and get started. So a lot of you may be really working on a time of developing gifts for yourself, right? Now this deck is really charged with Hecate's energy. So a lot of you, the goddess Hecate really wants to work with you, guide you. Maybe you have been feeling called to really start working with deities, and if you're not, that's okay. A lot of you are just really working through the transformation of souls, moving from an old period into a new reality, right? So pile 1, I have pre-picked oracle cards for you again. So let's go ahead and take a look. Right, let's take a look. Who or what has been draining your energy, my angels? You know, I feel, my loves, this real big interference with energy around you, okay? I think a lot of you are really in a place where you're trying to figure out your life. And I get this, there is this doubt that keeps like coming to your ear, the back of your mind. Some of you, this is really a energy around you. This could be a feminine is what I'm seeing, but somebody that keeps putting doubt in you, and it's in the smallest ways. They don't even have to be around you really, right? This is somebody who has really been trying to cause a lot of resistance as I'm looking at this card, right? It's like, yeah, this, wow, the wind energy. You know what I learned recently, my loves, is that you can't control the wind. The wind's going to move whichever direction that it wants. There is no forcing yourself through wind. When wind knocks you, it knocks you, right? I mean, think about it. When it's windy in your environment, or like the weather is very stormy, very windy, and you see people just struggling to hold on, that resistance is really what is draining your energy right now. So you have resistance, you have master, you have Knight of Swords, and you have partnership. So like I said, some of you, Hecate really is someone that you should work with. And, you know, if you've been maybe thinking about it, this is your sign. She's also showing me a lot of the keys right now, okay? Keys, which is one of her symbols, messages, right? To unlocking new paths, opening new doors. So I want to tell you, you know, I feel very guided. The back of my heart here, right? The energy that has really been suppressed within you, part 1. That is what's draining your energy. Some of you, this was a person or individuals here that have really just been trying to cause doubt in your mind. And a lot of you have this emotion that you have where you really drain your own life force by listening to these people. It's almost as if, Angel, you move through life really not listening to the energy. Like if somebody says you can't do something, you're one of those souls that says, yes, I can. And you move forwards. It doesn't matter what is happening around you, your environment. You are somebody who like chucks it to the back and then you walk away. And this is why I feel like at the back of my heart, or essentially, right, feels just so tormented and built up. It feels like it is stuck. It is stuck, right? I am seeing some form of kidney stones here, or stones within the lungs, maybe even, right? Some form of stone in the body. But the stone also reminds me, Angel, of a time of feeling very stuck in a situation, feeling this resistance, feeling like no matter how much you move forwards, how much you master your energy, you heal, you find it really difficult to transform or to have any type of growth. But I have to be honest, what is draining, what is the parasite here, is this form of old wounds, this film of neglect, this sense of neglect in your heart, neglecting your feelings. What I'm being shown, it's almost like an old way of doing things, right? There is an old way that you work with yourself. There is an old way that you deal with emotions. If you're used to locking away your emotions or saying, this person can't affect me, I don't care, chuck it over my shoulder. It's what's really struggling for you to grow. And a lot of you, it's almost as if, like, I'm going to say it, angels, there is this vibe of holding on to excuses, holding on to avoidance. And, you know, collectively, that is what we're moving through, avoidance, right? Avoiding your feelings, avoiding your heart, making excuses. But even though it affects you, right? Because I feel it in my voice. I feel this energy of like it affects us. It just, you know, it keeps us very blocked. It keeps us overthinking. And some of you, if you've had this person around you that has really been draining your energy, that has really been causing you turmoil, some of you, this was a relationship, right? And a lot of you, this goes back to a relationship with your father, with divine masculine. There is this wound of repeating this cycle. And what you're trying to do now is rush forwards. A lot of you want communication, you want movement, you want clarity, you may want justice. You want to win despite what people are saying. And while this is good to have this strength, I feel like Hecate is really guiding you to slow down, because a lot of your cards were in reverse, my angel. So it's like, at what point are you avoiding or allowing these people to drain your energy? Where are you really holding your heart hostage in this situation? You know? You need to go in. You need to go deep within here to really understand and gain this sword of knowledge. You see how that works? Instead of trying to avoid the clouds and instead of trying to find moments of clarity, go deep within and look at your heart. Look at the way that you feel. Look at these wounds that these people have created for you. Because a lot of you, you may get the small wins now, or you may get these little wins where you master your emotions and you move through cycles. But I think there is an energy where it's going to be a later problem. Your partnerships in the future are going to be affected, if not with the relationships that you've already have, but you know, the relationship with divine masculine, with your parents, with your father, not having a good steady balance when it comes to partnerships, when it comes to parents, right? And it's going to affect you later on. So yes, you may release yourself in some way. It may give you the courage to want to move forwards, but you are still resisting, you know? It's eating up inside of you, right? It's making your heart go black. And what these people say is not important. What these people do is not important to your life. I agree with that. But it's your ability to transform despite that, angels. Don't keep your heart caged up, right? Don't keep yourself caged up. So what is the energy with these people that have been draining you? There is a lot of gossip, a lot of voices, a lot of whispers. Queen of Cups. This is a lack of nurturing, a lack of love, angels, right? The emotional wound for you is this lack in your life. It's this fidgeting, and okay, I keep feeling like I'm fidgeting, and honestly, I'm really struggling to just speak, to just express myself through this reading. But I think that's the message, right? Of avoidance, of stop fidgeting, stop just trying to make excuses for these people that have been draining your energy, but also stop allowing yourself to be eaten by the past. 5 of Cups. Maybe there is a regret here around the way things have ended with people, with where you want to fit into society. Whether you guys want to admit it or not, you want somebody that you can lean on. You want partnership. You want that motherly love, that fatherly love. You didn't experience that in some form of your life. You haven't experienced love in a proper way, and a lot of you have had to give and get love yourself. I am seeing a black cat here around you, yeah? So take this as a sign if you see a black cat. But you know, you always see a black cat sitting and analyzing the situation, and some of you, this is it. Maybe you have really caused yourself to be very cold-hearted because of the experiences of others. Because of this lack of love and a lack of emotional support in your life, you have been really giving your energy to a lot of these problems. You have been reflecting on the past, you know. And today I learnt myself, where have I been living in the past? Where have I been focusing on the negative emotions? You know, I think that there is a breakthrough happening to your light. You're really understanding, you know, where you have really set yourself on fire in this process of healing. So a lot of you are seeking the light at the moment. There is going to be accomplishment around this energy, okay, is what I'm hearing. There is going to be truth. But you know, the beauty, angel, of healing, the divine feminine, is how you can master emotions. That is beauty of divine feminine. How feminines are able to love despite being hurt so much by other people, their way of healing. The divine feminine knows how to rebirth. They know how to give birth to energies. They know how to bring new energies into the world. So I feel like you are having this epiphany about life and about how you can transmute these parasites, these draining energies, to transform your way of living. You are really in this healing time, and you know, I have to just say, I feel like it's very self-healing at the moment, but you are going to bring this wave of change to your lineage, to your spirit, most importantly. You can't avoid your feelings, is what they're saying, right? Especially as this Queen of Cups practically just landed on me as it fell. The energy here is to really love yourself and honor your emotions. You need to stop giving your love away to the people that don't deserve it. But I think that it's more than that now, angels. It is really about how can you find the confidence within? How can you find compassion for yourself during this really hurtful process? You know, some of you, people have really cut communication with you, or people have not communicated feelings. And some of you, it's learning how to communicate feelings again. And this is why I feel like I can't communicate during your pile. I just feel like there is just this lack of energy, like you're in a very confusing time, pile 1. And it's difficult. It's difficult to process, it's difficult to deal with, but by going deep and seeing how you can use what people are doing against you, the energy that you are allowing around you, by seeing that energy, you are going to heal something much greater. And as you can see, it's almost as if like it finds new light, it finds new land by allowing yourself to just feel. This is really a time of trusting your intuition. You're in a time of expansion within the mind, emotional wounds within the mind. So what is your guidance here from Hecate? You know, I feel like she's giving me this message as well. It's like she's saying to me, like, don't do things outside of the books. You know, she's saying don't really rush the process, okay? Don't rush the process of this healing experience with people draining your energy, with trying to create better boundaries for yourself. You are really in the energy of wanting to rush, wanting to really create with your passions. But the more I sit here and think, the more I take my time to deliver your message, pile 1, I feel I gain more clarity. And I feel like there is a message here where it's like, don't be too big for your boots, right? Don't feel like you are ready when you are not. Don't force the energy. It's a process. Healing your heart is going to be a process, because a lot of you have kept this locked away for so long. You are really learning not only new vibrations, how you want to change yourself, how you want to transform, the clothes you wear, your aesthetic. There is so much here that is really changing and transforming for you, that it's a gentle process. And she's saying don't really force how you feel, don't force the situation. If something does not feel right with people, don't listen to their energy. It's going to be hard because a lot of you are having to really find some time of solitude away from people, away from the prying ears, the prying words. But you are going to conquer some level of truth here, right? There's something within home right now, finding harmony, wanting to escape this feeling of not being happy or needing to survive, right? A lot of you are constantly looking for an out here. You're constantly looking for a way out. You want to rush things. You want people to come back. But I think that this is a time of true self-mastery. And one thing I've learned with Hecate specifically is that you will learn, right? It is a process to learn. It's not instant gratification. You know, it's not about the negative patterns. It's about overcoming them, overcoming attachments here, overcoming what people say, having to do it for yourself, though, most importantly, part 1, right? So I feel like your message here is, despite what is happening around you, do not let that affect the way that you feel about yourself. Allow yourself to be honest and open with where you are avoiding your emotions in this situation in your life. How can you become a better person? How can you let go of control? You can't control the way other people act. You can't control other people's feelings. But what you can control is how you heal, how you allow yourself to be vulnerable in these situations, how you can learn your own intuition. One thing she is saying you can always do is master yourself, despite how far you've fallen, whether that is in the darkness, that is within the light. Okay, so your advice, part one, with the people draining your energy, is to firstly let go of the things that people are saying, and secondly, to find healing in this process. I love you. Things are going to work out for you, part one. Thank you for being patient. I know that was a second. I really had to go outside of myself to deliver that message, but I thank you for being here. Let's move on to pole two. Pole two, let's go ahead and get started here with your message. So I picked out your oracle cards. We're going to take a look to see what they are. So pile two, I feel like there is someone from your past really draining your energy right now. If it's not specifically past people, a specific person, it's a lot of the energy that you still give to your past. Now pile two, you have a lot of angelic guidance. You have a lot of guidance all around you. I even feel Lilith's presence here, right? I see there is a lot of tools here to help you transform this energy that is really feeding on your heart. So firstly, you guys have displacement. You have just breathe, Four of Wands, and you have ecstasy, right? Now a lot of these places, some of you, it's a place here that is still causing you disturbance. A lot of these cards came out in reverse. Now what I am getting is there is a home situation, or there is a challenge within home, whether that is family, within yourself, that feels uneasy. Now, I'm firstly hearing your spirit guides, and I feel Lilith's energy here, but your spirit guides are really saying you have been leaving yourself out in the open with your energy. You have been allowing something to feed into you. If it's not a person, it is this energy where, like, if you do spiritual work, you have not been protecting yourself, you have not been spending time to just honor your emotions. It's like you have not been transforming. Now, trigger warning for some of you, this could be depression, this could be mental health. Some of you, I get a lot of lifestyle, right? Maybe you haven't been eating great, or your house and your space is a mess. But this feeling of allowing things to be disorganized, allowing yourself to feel ungrounded, to feel imbalanced, trying to force energy, trying to, I'm seeing a jaguar, right? Or a panther. I always say, to me, they all look the same to me, the big cats, yeah? I don't know what's the difference, but we move, right? I'm seeing like this jaguar in the sky right now, and he's trying to climb up a piece of wood after being in the water. So it's kind of like there has been this displacement of energy around honoring your emotions. Now, whether you guys like it or not, yes, these people have been feeding into your energy. They have been really disrupting you, but have you been allowing them? Have you been putting up your protective barrier? Have you been really transmuting the energy? Have you been honoring the emotions that this has been teaching you? Because you have gotten yourself to a place of, I don't know, it just feels like disorganized, muddled up. It feels like you are out in the open, right? And they're showing me a tiger. They keep showing me this tiger, and tigers always show me a lot of uncomfortability, needing to change and adapt. But I'm seeing like you've been left out in the open as the prey. So where are you the prey in this situation? Now don't get me wrong, I feel like there is people who are really causing your home or your movement in life to be very, disorganized, they want disharmony here, the people that have been feeding on your energy. But I do see that there is healing needed around partnership. Now I do see there is this energy that you've been really allowing to fester on your emotions. You've been allowing it to build up. You have not been taking care of this. Some of you, it could be your physical body, but for others, it's this place of home. You've been avoiding something, maybe hiding out or trying to really escape, right? Escape how you really feel around home, around family, around your success, your fruition, because the Four of Wands can be fruition as well, right? But in reverse, it feels like you've maybe been at a loss with these energies, right? It's like you don't feel secure, you don't feel stable, but it's like, where are you causing this insecurity towards yourself? Yes, people may be draining on your energy, and that is not okay. We have to transmute that. We have to really look at the emotions that are causing that in our lives. You know, the past is what I'm hearing them say, is really building this, you know, energy up within inside of you. And it's messing with your passions in life. It's messing with your movement. This reminds me of a lot of Mars energy. So our passions, you know, but like also Mars can be quite angry, can be quite intense, you know. We just had the full moon in Aries, so it's like that intenseness has been building up, you know. And I feel like there is new cleansing, and there is needed, you know, this space where you can just honor your emotions and yourself, because that's what's important. Now, a lot of you have been really avoiding by allowing this ecstasy to build up. And listen, I learned this very recently myself. Ecstasy only lasts for a while. It's like, yes, we can feel good about ourselves and we can thrive in areas of our life, but it's like, yes, we may be thriving in the car, but what about outside of us? What about what's inside the car? What is, you know, being neglected here? Ecstasy only lasts so long, and I had to realize it very recently, today even, right? It come full circle today. Something is no longer making you happy. Something is no longer fulfilling your energy, your emotional needs. Maybe it's a relationship here. But something has got to go. And by avoiding it, by not working through these emotions, by not connecting with your inner self, you are causing yourself to just hit a dead end. Ecstasy reminds me of the story of Icarus, flying too close to the sun. And if Icarus had have learnt to listen to his father, he would have flown many more times. But then we also have the energy of Icarus had not flown and not listened to others, he would have never experienced that joy. So it's a balance of both, in my opinion. It's important, you know, to analyze the story of Icarus. I feel like it's one of those stories where it's like, it's open to perspective, it's open to change. And the sun can be like that, right? The sun can be great in certain sense because it can give us so much fruition, so much success. I'm hearing a lot of passion, you know, like it can give us energy, but the sun can also drain our energy. And you know, when I was younger, the sun used to always give me a headache the longer I sat in it. So it's important to understand when you need to change up your energy here. And I feel like your guidance right now is about letting go of what no longer serves you, right? What is draining your energy? You know what I'm seeing? The Dementors here from Harry Potter, right? Dementor. No. But I get this, you know, when the Dementors, they came to Harry, right? They would suck out the life force. And this is kind of like what having this draining energy is, this parasite, right? It's like it may look good, it may look comforting to you, you know, people may show themselves up as kind-hearted, you know, people from your past, the people that you didn't want to fall out with but you have, they may look good, they may look like the people that you once knew, but are they sucking out your life force here? Some of you, this is an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or someone with a lot of wealth, somebody who has been really watching you, right? And look at what this person's been doing. They've been stealing your wealth, they've been stealing your joy. And a lot of you, just as this person let you into their life, right? Look at the symbolism. Just as they let you have a piece of their energy, a piece of their spirit, they locked you out. They left you out in the cold. And a lot of you, it's almost as if you've been feeding these people or this energy of, you know, I'm okay, I'll be better off on my own. This suppression of emotions, right? You've been feeding this energy and it's been causing you to give away your power, give away your wealth, give away your prosperity, abundance in life, not even just money. And it's like now, it's like, what do you have for it? What do you have? You know, you have given these people your emotions, your apologies, your time. You've reflected on the past. You've avoided this emotion by flying too close to the sun. But now what do you have? It's left you with nothing. But in this nothing, you have also learned faith for yourself. But I feel like it's like what your angels and spirit guides are really saying is, where has life been fair to you? Where have these people that have been draining your energy been fair to you, right? And how have you been neglecting your own garden? Where have you been neglecting your own spirit, your own light? Where have you been unfair to yourself? And listen, I had to learn recently today, thank you to my guides who have been delivering the message. It's almost as if like, it's like you've been living for somebody else. You've been living for the past, for the negativity. You've become maybe this cold character, this person who is now very hateful. And, you know, don't get me wrong, you have every right to be hateful towards the people. You don't have to have them in your life. But at what point has this now affected your spirit? So I feel like the emotional energy for you is about compassion, forgiveness for yourself. Let go of guilt, let go of shame here, and start to find your own pentacle, your own value for life. Because by continuously worrying about what you don't have, around what everybody else has been doing for you, you know, the way that they've treated you, maybe not having a home of your own, I learned this again recently, right? Lilith has been giving me this message recently. Your life is very like what you don't have, but what about what you do have? This is about restoring the garden, right? And you can't restore the garden if you're always going to be talking about the negativity, if you're always going to be talking about the injustice, if you're not learning to water your garden now. Because creating a new garden, as much as it's mindset and it's, creating this new world by saying your affirmations and sticking on a crystal, if that's what you like, right? It's also about using the tools around you. Are you watering your garden every day? Are you speaking good things in your garden? Because if you're not, then this is what's going to continue to drain your energy. This is what you're feeding, loves. And you don't have the finances, you don't have the prosperity because you're not allowing anything new to grow. And you may think that you are, and in some aspects maybe you are, right? Maybe you are trying to really create a new home. But how can you create a new home without partnership, without balance? Because a home is 4 pillars, right? And at the most, it sometimes needs 2. So where can you find forgiveness for these people, right? Where can you now start to plant new seeds? Work with water, work with self-love. We got to let the past go. We got to stop asking ourselves every day, why hasn't life worked out for me? Why has this person not loved me? It's time to change the narrative and the script. But only you can do this, Pole 2. Nobody else is going to do it for you, right? And you will get the help that you deserve. But I also feel like part of this water is your tears. It's your fruition to want something better, right? Alchemizing the energy, alchemizing the tears to create more waterfalls. But what's that song? Don't go chasing waterfalls, right? So I feel like Lilith's advice for you here, or your angels, depending on who you want to work with, is to start from scratch. Change the narrative, step into your power, understand the compassion of your heart and the emotions, understand why you have come here today. What are you running from? You know, there are spirits here, grandparents I am seeing a dolphin here, okay? Use your intelligence here to really craft a new garden. Start to create your garden now. You know, the 7 of Pentacles, right, always talks about the dreaming of the future and the planning of the future, and you know, maybe even feeling a bit bored and a bit of like, what's next? I've accomplished something, what is next for me? But actually, I think that a lot of us, when we are trying to create our reality, we think it's of the future, we think it's in 4 days, right? But I actually feel like creating your dream life is today. We are present for a reason. We are in the present narrative, despite everything happening simultaneously, the past, the present, the future, right? Time is an illusion because it's all happening at once. But we are present. We are in this present moment for a reason. So hold yourself accountable with where you need to let go. Use the guidance of, you know, these 2 birds. There is something here about, you know, despite not having the things that you may think you want, you actually have the good memories. And, you know, as I say that, my memory come back of what I wanted to say before, right? As I was watching the Oracle of Lilith, she really said to lean on good memories, right? To help us move forwards with our healing, to think of 1 good memory or 4. It doesn't matter how many memories you have. Even if your memory is sitting here right now and listening to this moment, lean on that passion and that memory, that laughter, to get you through the times where things feel lonely, right? Birds are really guiding your path forwards. They're also protecting a lot of your home. But I feel like what you're mastering right now is this sense of empowerment, right? Some of you have really been cold, but they're saying to be powerful is to understand your emotions. And I learned this a long time ago, and I'm still learning it today. To be powerful is to be able to regulate your emotions. That is why when people are in arguments, the one that is the most calm will always win. The one that is not the most affected, that is not ruled by emotions, will always win. This is what you are mastering, and this is what's going to create your home, my loves, okay? Not avoiding your emotions, understanding them and using your intelligence to be able to manifest forwards. I love you, Pole 2. I know that was really long and that took a minute for us to get through, but I appreciate your time. Thank you. Let's move on. Pile 3. You're really transforming here from the ash. Okay, a lot of what is draining your energy is your ability to not slow down. And this could also be a lot of your past, right? Past people, past emotions, maybe just caring what others think. But there is some kind of limitation. So I have picked your oracle cards. We are going to just take a look. Bear with me a second. I feel like this pile, you need patience, right? You need patience on your journey. So you guys have routine. You guys have coming together. The High Priestess. And I definitely don't know how to pronounce this card, but This is it, right? So listen, routine. Pile 3, what is draining your energy is your ability to live in the past. You have this beautiful energy of transmuting energies, right? Transmuting and recreating from the ash. So you are really guided by the phoenix here. You're really guided by death, okay, rebirth. And I feel like a lot of you have really lost yourself in your current environment. Again, either due to people or circumstances with healing, right? I'm seeing the whale here. So, you know, the whale swims quite deep for a long time before it comes out. When it, you know, when it comes out to really breathe, right? But there is something here about the fresh perspective that you need to gain in your life. I think that a lot of you have been really hiding your energy, and what's draining your energy is your ability to move into a new space. You are limiting yourself by keeping yourself enclosed and trapped in a current cycle. So a lot of you, this is not even to do with other people. You may have had a very weird upbringing or a very unstable upbringing. Maybe you moved a lot, or you had to constantly be in and out of places, maybe in and out the system. You know, there is something here even about a single parent home. Something about the way that you grew up meant that you had to grow up very quickly, or you had to really sacrifice a lot of your freedom, a lot of your childhood. Maybe there was a divine masculine that was very controlling or even very absent, right? And I feel like a lot of you are mastering this gift of your creation. You are manifestors, you are psychic spiritualists, you see the truth, you deliver knowledge. And even if it's not you delivering knowledge, I am seeing these purple clouds, right? And there's a lot of storm coming from them. You have this beautiful energy to cultivate energy, but some form of your life, whether it's to do with your past, your parents, your childhood, you have given away your energy. And what is feeding on your heart, my angel, is this instability of hiding yourself away, this instability of being confident, of really stepping out the box. The bat, it's always about staying hidden, being in the shadows. You've really had to master your shadow, or you will do, right? Perfect for this video. But it's almost as if there has been a struggle. There has been a struggle to move, to see the world. Again, it's like things may not have happened for you in one clear understanding, right? It's like you've had to shift places, you've had to shift cycles. And again, it's like you're ignoring your intuition. You're ignoring this energy of just trusting yourself. So, you know, the bat has a lot of hidden messages here. The bat has a lot of knowledge, if it's willing to share it. You know, this reminds me of a book series that I was reading, right? And it's like this girl, she goes seeking for answers, right? And it's really hard to seek answers from this very weird creature, right? But the creature always expects something. It always wants something. And it's like, even though the creature told her the knowledge, she still didn't fully understand it until it was time to transform. So you have a big spiritual gift here, spirituality, divine guidance, like the ethers, the underworld. You are very guided, right? From both. You have the power of alchemy to change your situation. But right now you need to work through opening up your heart again. You are healing divine masculine energy specifically. They are saying how to break the cycle. A lot of you are curse breakers, generational healers. It is your destiny to help heal your family lineage, especially divine masculine. You did not receive love from this masculine, this father figure, this, you know, even this mother figure, right? You did not receive love. You know, the color peach always reminds me of recognition, prosperity, abundance. But the color peach is a weird one, right? Because it's almost as if like it comes with a lot of struggle, and that's why you see like a lot of people don't really reach for the color peach. You know, when I think of the color peach, I think about the era of nails when everyone used to get like bright orange nails, bright peach nails, you know, that neon energy, right? What is that, the 80s? I can't remember. But it's almost as if like it's a weird color to heal in. It can be very scarring, the color peach. It can be awkward, you know, something about the color peach. And a lot of you have this ability to transmute. Wherever you go in life, wherever you heal, you have this spiritual gift or divine guidance that follows you. You have been giving your energy towards past people. You have a lot of regret in your life over what you did not achieve, what you did not gain, the fruit that you did not get to eat, right? Maybe you have a lot of challenges which come, especially being a healer. They are showing me the flames here, right? So as you really have rebirthed and burnt yourself down, you have forgotten why this happened. You have forgotten why you are the chosen one. And like I say, as somebody who is healing generational karma, I wake up every day and I think, what were my ancestors really doing? What were they really doing to have let this cycle go on so long? But then I also remember what it felt like to reach those flames, right? What it felt like to release, you know, no matter how painful, no matter how many emotions I've been through, what it means to really be the star, right? To really be the one with the light, with the ability to alchemize my emotions, to transmute my emotions. So yes, it comes with a lot of baggage, a lot of pain, but where have you been not honoring who you are? In this sense, right? Because you have a very powerful gift. You have this ability to be able to transform your life, and right now things may not look so big and ambiguous. They may not look so, you know, giving, right? Because a lot of us going through these cycles of healing generational stuff comes with a lot of sacrifice, survival. But I think that you've forgotten, you know, also the good stuff that it comes with, you know, the ability to master your mind and your third eye and your emotions, right? You know, it reminds me of the Barbie movie, you know, when what is it, the fairy godmother or whatever asks her, do you want the sandal or do you want the heel? And she's like, that one. I want that one, right? But when you made the decision to be the one to heal, when you chose to do that, because you don't have to do it, you also made this sacrifice of learning. The magician in reverse is also a person of learning, in my personal preference, right? The magician upright is somebody who can manifest, who's somebody who's very powerful, who has the tools that they need, has the ingredients, who can, you know, work with magic and create their life. But I think that sometimes people forget when the magician is in reverse. Yes, it means that their manifestations are blocked and, you know, they can really be creating an illusion within themselves. Yes, but the magician can still learn. The magician is always learning, in my opinion, right? So as you look towards the past, you are realizing that I'm still learning. I'm still learning to understand my journey. But right now, your guidance, right, to stop feeding this emotion of this past energy, this negativity of what's draining your energy, is to be accepting of who you are and what you've achieved. Yes, you have made sacrifices. Life hasn't been plain sailing like everyone else's. You haven't always had the recognition from people around you, the understanding, the love. But understand, some of you have a father figure in spirit that really is helping you, right? Ancestors are here. You also have this beauty of achieving in the spiritual world, you know? You've lost a lot of your dreams, and I feel like what is really feeding off your heart, my angel, is your lack of motivation within. Unless you start to wake up and change the narrative, and I said this for pole 2, until you learn to really honor the journey and see the beauty in things, until you change your perspective and are willing to start saying and seeing, right, the good things in your life, because of this, things are going to look very boring. So we have acknowledged that we have maybe been living in our past in poverty consciousness, in survival, in lack, in why is this happening to me? Why do I have to heal? I have to do this, I have to do that. And we're acknowledging that no, we are abundant, we are thriving, we are moving, we are growing, we are learning. We are going above and beyond. You need to start taking yourself out more. You need to stop living in this blocked energy. I'm seeing like a blocked third eye as well. Blocked third eye chakra, right? Transmute that energy. And you have to stop living in the past. Stop repeating the same cycles that you've learned, that you've mastered with the Star card. You've mastered this energy of being able to leave the past behind. So now I think it's more of a subconscious thing. Write it down. I have a whiteboard personally, and I write down what I need to see every day so I can see it. Leave yourself oracle cards, flowers, decorate your space, post-it notes. Write down what you need to hear every day, right? Start to change things up. Yes, this has not happened and this has not happened and people have said this. But if you continue to drink out those cups of what people have been saying and what people have been limiting within your mind, what you are allowing, if you keep drinking the same poison, you are going to stay in this cycle of rebirth. And rebirth is supposed to be to regrow. When the phoenix dies, they are supposed to transform within the ashes, not thrive within the ashes, right? It takes time, it takes healing, but you can do this. It's happening for you. I love you, Pole 3. Thank you for being so patient. I will see you in the next one.